What happens when a consumer has a limited income but many different wants? How does consumer decide what to buy, how much to buy, and how to allocate a limited income in order to obtain the greatest possible satisfaction? This is where the concept of consumer equilibrium comes in. In this lesson, we will understand what consumer equilibrium means, the conditions required to achieve it, and how a consumer reaches the point where a maximum satisfaction is obtained given limited income or limited budgets and market price. We will also explain consumer equilibrium using marginal utility, the equi-marginal principle, and indifference curve analysis with simple example in the graph. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to clearly explain what a consumer equilibrium is, how it is determined, and why it is important in economics. Let us. The equilibrium of the consumer. The preference of a consumer, that is what he or she wishes to purchase, are indicated by the indifference curve. The budget line specifies the different combinations of the two goods, psi x and y, as we have discussed on the previous video. The consumer can purchase with a limited income. Therefore, a rational consumer tries to attain the highest possible in different curves, given the budget line. This occurs at the point where the indifference curve is tangent to the budget line, so that the slope of indifference curve or marginal rate of substitution for x for y is equal to the slope of the budget line. That is the ratio of price of x over price of y. In the following figure, the equilibrium of the consumer is at point E, at which the ratio of x and y are equal. Where the budget line is tangent to the highest attainable in different curves. That curve is indifference curve number 2. When we see mathematically, a consumer optimum or equilibrium is attained at a point where the slope of indifference curve equal to the slope of the budget line. As we discussed before, marginal rate of substitution x for y or indifference curve line equal with the slope of the budget line, that is price of x, the ratio of price of x with the ratio of price of y, or the ratio of marginal utility of product x over the ratio of marginal utility of product y, that equal with the slope of the tangent line, that is the slope of the budget line, that is price of x over price of y. This is our formulas. Based on this formula, let us take the example. A consumer consuming two commodity x and y has utility function of total utility function of xy equal to x times y plus 2 times x. The price of the two commodities are 4 birr and the 2 birr, or $4 and $2 respectively. The consumer has a total income of 60 birr to be spent on the two goods. This is our constraint or our budget line or our income. This is our boundary that limits us not to go above the 60 birr or $60. So with this, we have to try to gets the maximum point at which we can get our satisfaction. Based on this example, let us find the utility maximizing quantity of good x and the good quantity of y. And B, find the marginal rate of substitution of x for y, or that is indifference curve line at equilibrium, which is the same with slope of the budget line, or marginal utility of x over marginal utility of y, as we said before. Let us go to the solution. The solution for A is the budget constraints of the consumer is given by price of x, quantity of x times plus price of y times quantity of y equal with our income. This is our maximum income we have. To purchase these two products, we have M income. That is, the given one is 16. 4x plus 2y equal to 60. This is our limited income. Moreover, at equilibrium, as we said, marginal utility of x over marginal utility of y equal with the price of y over price of x, the ratio of price of x over price of y, or this is the budget line. When we try to find the x values or y values, we can do as follows. Y plus 2 over x is equal to 4 over 2. That is 4 over 2. Then y plus 2 over x is equal to 2. Then if we make substitutes or crisscross, 2x, y plus 2 equal to 2x. Then y equal to 2x minus 2. This is based on mathematical formulas or mathematical logic. Substituting equation of number 2 into number 1, we obtain y is equal to 14 and the x equal to 8. So the budget line constraint of consumers, our value for quantity y in the x is 14 and the 8 respectively. Marginal rate of substitution of x for y, or this is indifference curve, equal to marginal utility of x over marginal utility of y equal y plus 2 over x, which is equal to the value of y is 14 and the value of x is 8. 14 plus 2 is 60 over 8, which become 2. At the equilibrium, marginal rate of substitution can also be calculated as the ratio of the presence of the two goods. This is how can we calculate the both equation or both equation. Thank you for watching. In upcoming session, we will see theory of production and the costs. Thank you.